It is time for Cardinals baseball. Another gorgeous day in Denver, Colorado, as the Cardinals try to snap out of an early season funk. They've dropped 6 of their last 7 games, but tonight behind Miles Michaelis try to even up this series at a game apiece with the home-standing Rockies. Pleasant good evening, everybody. Brad Thompson, Chip Carey, glad you're with us for Cardinals baseball. Look, the starting rotation for the Redbirds hasn't been what anybody thought they would be, Brad, over the first 10 games. A lot of bad luck for Miles Michaelis. Maybe tonight, he and the Redbirds turn things around.
Yeah, they have certainly had their struggles, and Miles Michaelis, the first 2 games, the numbers do not look great. Here's where Miles Michaelis is at his best. It's weak contact early on. We've seen the hard hit rate up a tad. We've seen a huge decrease in the ground ball percentage. When he's right, he's getting the ball on the ground. And to me, it's all about the location. Just too many misses that are elevated and in the middle of the zone.
The Rockies are a good fastball hitting team, and unfortunately for Miles, teams have been hitting his fastball.
Yeah, again, location with this thing, but 212 against the fastball a year ago. 526. That doesn't even look like a real number against the heater. He's going to have to make sure that he puts that where he wants it, because that's his best pitch to finish off hitters.
Well, still a chance for the Redbirds to win this series. If they can win tonight and win tomorrow, we'll head home with a 500 road trip. WBC teammates on the field for the Redbirds and the Rockies. We'll break that down for you from Coors next. But it's never too early to celebrate America. It's on display here in Colorado.
Well, a bunch of guys that were teammates a couple of weeks ago fighting for a World Baseball Classic title with Team USA. Go at it here. It's the Rockies and the Cardinals. It's going to be a fun one.
Well, Jordan Walker's having plenty of fun. A 10-game hit streak to start his rookie campaign. That's record-setting. We'll talk about that and more as Jordan's in the lineup against the Rockies tonight. To Coors Field in Denver, but the Rockies had the last left. They won 7-4 last night, but tonight in Game 2, pro athletes lay it on the line in the Mountain Time Zone next. To you by Budweiser, this Bud's for you. By DirecTV, get your TV together with DirecTV. And by Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in the St. Louis area. Find yours at your Mid-America Chevy dealer. Lodo is rocking. Fans are coming out for the Cardinals and the Colorado Rockies. Game 2 of our 3-game series here at Coors Field. Another perfect night for baseball, Brad Thompson. Not a cloud in the sky, 82 degrees. Jim Hayes will be along in a minute as the Cardinals try to even up this series and get things going in the right direction.
It really
tonight.
is time to turn the page, isn't it? Things have not been going well. The Birds have dropped 6 of 7. They dropped the first one here, but Ollie Marmol and company, hopefully with this lineup, they got something in store for them.
A lot of right-handed bats against Kyle Freeland. The Cardinals have done a good job hitting against left-handed pitching, a .328 team average. But they're facing one of the best. Kyle Freeland hasn't given up a run yet this year.
Well, so far so good if you like things like that, Chip. Yeah, he's been solid. He's been spotting up with a little bit of everything that he's got. His 7th season with the Rockies, the Hyundai pitch arsenal for Freeland. Sinker, slider, the curve, four-seam, changeup. You just go back and watch the couple of outings that he's had. He's working the corners, very few misses over the middle.
And he'll face Brendan Donovan, who's got the start in left for the Cardinals tonight. We were talking before the game about what makes Freeland so unique as a successful starting pitcher.
Well, the thing is, mainly is the fact that he's elevating now, too. He's changed the way that he's gone about it. He crossfires a little bit. And we used to see him early in his career, and look, he was really good. Remember 2018, the guy was one of the best in the game. But everything was down. Everything was sinking down, slider down. Now he's working up. We've seen that trend in baseball.
Last time out, he won a real rarity here in Denver, a 1-0 game against the Washington Nationals. Just the 12th 1-0 game ever played in this ballpark.
Next, you're going to tell me there's a game under 215.
Oh, boy. Wasn't that something? Little roller foul. We played in 2 hours and 14 minutes here last night, and we're halfway through the game in about an hour.
Yeah, these new rules, and especially when you have pitchers that are throwing strikes and going right after the opposition, it can move. Now, this is a spot right here a year ago with Brendan Donovan. He was so good with 2 strikes. He'd fight off pitches. He'd work counts. He's been chasing a little bit more early on. You'd like to see him get back to that being selective.
He's got a 2-2 count. And a deep count. Freeland just missed.
Right on cue. That's pretty selective right there. Sinker in off the plate. There's nothing that Donovan can do with that if he does offer.
And a swing and a miss. So Freeland strikes out the Cardinals leadoff man, and we're underway in Denver. A look at the Rockies defense presented by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Ryan McMahon gets the start at second base tonight. Castro late addition for Colorado. A thumb problem for Montero, who started last night. And in the outfield, Profar, Daza, and Chris Bryant. Here's Tommy Edman. And in for a strike.
We know that throughout his career, Tommy's been a little bit better from this side of the plate. So far this season, 3 for 6 against the lefties.
Driven toward right. Bryant going back. Still going back up near that scoreboard. That ball is going to go. Tommy Edman drives one to right. A solo homer, and the Cardinals strike first.
Well, this right here is what the Cardinals need. We were talking about it the other day. Cardinals are 3-0 when they score first, but they have not been scoring first very often. Tommy Edman able to get things going here right off the top. Good slider up in the zone. Nice work by Tommy.
To quote Hall of Famer Billy Williams, hit her high and watch it fly in this ballpark. And Edman, with his first homer of the year, gives St. Louis an early lead. Now Paul Goldschmidt's up. Paul had a couple of hits and a couple of RBIs in the opener last night. Pops this one up. Crone drifting back. McMahon will join him. Bryant is near as well, and CJ puts the squeeze on that for the second out.
Well, Tommy Edman, he got good wood to this ball. Obviously didn't think it was going to be a home run off the bat, but as you said, Chip, if you barrel it in this place, it's got a chance to get out of here, and that's exactly what he did. A slider that just hung up.
So that's the first run Freeland has given up this year. 2 6-inning shutout starts back-to-back to start the campaign for Colorado. Edman has given Miles Mikolas a lead. And now Nolan Arenado is up. Nolan had a tough night last night. Let's see if he can rebound in game 2. Already an historic road trip for Nolan. He hit his 300th home run in the big leagues in Milwaukee. He's driven home 8 so far this year. And the pitch right there, a strike. This guy doesn't throw hard, but he is unafraid to challenge opposing hitters.
Well, he mixes it up so well, and he works both sides of the plate. I think that's what's made him so effective this year.
Nolan expanded his zone there. He's done that quite a bit early on. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that is something that Nolan would like to be able to cut down a little bit on. He's been chasing a little bit jumpy up there. Numbers still across the board very good.
Did he go around? Yes, he did. A ball in the dirt. And Freeland with bookend strikeouts. But Tommy Edman hits a home run into the seats in right. And the Cardinals, after a half inning, score first in Colorado. This year when they score first, and Miles Mikolas would love all the run support he can get in this ballpark.
Yeah, get that graphic off the screen too. There you go. The Hyundai pitch arsenal. That's how Miles Mikolas is going to go about it. The 4-seam slider, sinker, curve, and the changeup here and there. And the big thing with Miles Mikolas, you've seen the damage. You saw the ERA. He's pitched a lot better than the numbers, but still some fine-tuning, and Tommy Edman gave him a lead.
And a first pitch strike to Jurickson Profar, the Colorado leadoff man. Look, the ERA for Miles is not good. He's been victimized by a lot of soft hits. They have all counted. But I know, Brad, you're very metrically inclined. His difference between his ERA and his fielding independent pitching is stark, almost 7 runs lower.
Yeah, it is. His FIP is 2.91, and by the way, his ERA is going to look a lot better if he keeps doing that. And you think about FIP the same way you would think about ERA. Whatever's a good ERA would be a good FIP. And the fielding independent pitching, it's what would happen over time if a pitcher experiences league average on balls in play, right? You just kind of take everything. So basically it's just telling you that a lot of the balls in play against Miles have not been hit hard. It's not like they're driving them all over.
That's yanked foul. As we look at the rest of the Rockies lineup, Colorado has won 2 straight. They're 5-6 on the year. Chris Bryant second, McMahon third, Crone fourth. And veteran Mike Moustakas, the DH. Youngsters at the bottom of the starting 9 for Buddy Black. Breaking ball hammered a long way, but out in front, foul. And Profar still alive with a 2-2 count.
Well, that's one. Again, you're playing at Coors Field. Ball's not going to break as much. Starting point's going to have to be different. I might elevate with a fastball.
He tried to, but Profar spit on that. Full count.
The guys still stay away with heat. Don't give him one of those breaking balls he can hook.
Smoke to center. O'Neill drifting back to the warning track and up against the wall. The park big enough to hold that drive. So Michaelis gets a flyout to start his night. One man down as we check out the Cardinals defense presented by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Taylor Motter gets the start at second.
Yeah, a little different look. As you mentioned, a bunch of right-handers in there. Arenado, Edman, Goldie, left field or outfield from left to right. Brendan Donovan getting the nod out and left. O'Neill and Walker in right.
Chris Bryant has reached base in 18 straight. He went 1 for 4 here last night. And that one pulled to third and off the heel of Arenado's glove, and Chris Bryant's aboard with a gift with 1 out. Cardinals have not committed an error entering this series. Made a couple last night. That figures to be 1 on Nolan here in the first inning.
Yeah, something you do not see very often with Nolan Arenado over at third, and it right just took a interesting hop, caught him in between, and caught him right off the palm.
That brings up Ryan McMahon. It is an error on Arenado, and McMahon takes a strike.
Well, that's where you'd like to see Michaelis, though, on the ground all day. Soft contact, get another one of those ground balls here off the bat of Ryan McMahon.
Cardinals turned a couple of double plays in the first 2 innings behind Steven Matz last night. As Michaelis quickly ahead of McMahon, who is strikeout prone. He's punched out 15 times already this year. And getting the bulk of the work at second base with Brendan Rodgers lost for the season.
Yeah, transitioned over from third. He will elevate. You can elevate with him. So I like that. Bounce that and now go up high.
McMahon a couple of homers. He's knocked in 5. Bryant has a good lead at first. The pitch is lined into center field, a base hit. O'Neill charges quickly, and a good job to hold Bryant at second. 2 on, 1 out, as McMahon with a solid single up the middle.
Yeah, this one definitely hit hard. It was a fastball, and it's elevated, but if you're going to go up, you're going to go above the zone. Looked like he was trying to go away with it and just missed in the middle of the plate. We were talking about a bunch of weaker contact. That was not weaker contact. That was squared up.
And if there's something else that's plagued Miles this year, he's given up a lot of 2-strike hits, and another one there to McMahon. And that brings up Crone. Ground ball to third. Second base 1. Motter the turn, and Michaelis gets a double play and gets us out of the first inning. 1-0 St. Louis here at Coors Field. Shop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic caps, t-shirts, collectibles, and more. Gear up with your Cardinals at MLBshop.com. A Tommy Edman homer has given the Cardinals a lead after 1. Here in the second, Contreras, Tyler O'Neill, and Jordan Walker will be coming up against Kyle Freeland, who's proved he's human. He's finally given up a run this year.
Well, now he's got that burden off his back.
Right.
And give up a few now. What's the harm?
That's upstairs to the Cardinals catcher. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, still waiting for that first home run off the bat of Contreras as a member of the Cardinals. Not a bad place to do it here.
And he's looking for his second hit on the road trip. Crazy play last night with the appeal clock trickling away for the Cardinals. As Contreras on a glove flip at the plate couldn't keep his foot on the plate. We saw a different replay where the Rocky runner was actually out, but the umpire looking at the plate didn't see the tag.
Yeah, incredibly heads-up play there, too, by Contreras. To end up laying the tag there on Blackmon coming into the plate. Unfortunately, time expired before Ollie was able to actually get them to look at it.
3 balls and a strike. And cued foul. Yeah, Ollie was very honest about that whole play before the game in our conversation with him. He said, look, the game was moving fast. If I had to do it again, I should have just automatically challenged it.
Yeah, that late in the game makes sense.
And a good take, ball 4. Cardinals being patient with Freeland, making him work. And here is that aforementioned play in the 7th last night. Right there's the tag, but the umpire missed that. And look, that wasn't the game-deciding run, but it certainly sucked a lot of momentum away from the Cardinals.
Yeah, it did. And look, Contreras was hot. Ollie was upset in the moment, but the rules are the rules at this point. You have 15 seconds. Once you raise your hand as a manager, and it has to be right after the play, raise your hand, say they want to look at it, you have 15 seconds. If time expires, whether he was safe, out, doesn't matter. You don't get the challenge.
Tyler O'Neill gets the start in center for the Cardinals tonight. Jim Hayes will have more on that story a little bit later on. O'Neill's made a good running catch already tonight and looking to improve on his .267 average on the year. He's had good numbers against Kyle Freeland, 4 career hits. Made him throw a strike. It's 2-1.
That's something that Freeland's doing well this year too. Fastball count, is able to throw a slider for a strike. He's got a feel for everything that he's working with.
On the ground to short. One there, and O'Neill is doubled up. That's what Freeland does in this ballpark. He has been one of their better homegrown pitchers pitching in this pitcher terrorizing home ballpark. And 2 quick outs brings up Jordan Walker. He's our Kia player profile.
10 hits in a row to begin his career. He has been so fun to watch. He had a single off a Suter up the middle yesterday. Just keeps on going. We're seeing him drive the ball up the middle. He'll go the other way. And again, he's still learning at this level. Ollie talked about it before the game. As much as he's getting the ball on the ground still, wait till he starts elevating a little bit more.
Walker 2 homers, 8 ribbies. Takes low. I love how patient his approach has been at times. He does only have 1 walk, but he's not just flailing away up there with each big league at bat. Lifted out of play, foul. And the count to the Cardinals right fielder now 1-2.
That spot there too, down and in. Dangerous place to miss to Walker. I still believe that you can pitch him in. It's got to be in off the plate as see Walker take his time out to reset himself. If I'm facing this young man right now, I'm going to make him beat me the other way. I'm going to try to stay away from him, see if he'll drive the ball that way.
He did that in Milwaukee, had a base hit to right. And look how Crone is playing him way off the line at first. Something else Jordan's done well is he's hit the breaking ball well.
400 on that pitch.
Base is empty here with 2 outs. And fought that off his foot. A little extra time for Walker after he shakes that off. Ooh, off the back foot. No protection there. Hit high in the air toward right, curling away from Bryant in the bright sunshine. He's going to get there, and that will retire the side. Walker took a shot at right. Cardinals lead 1-0.
Carlson dealing with a neck spasm after laying out for a ball last night. It was still sore today. Dylan told me I'm still trying to work through it. Ollie Marmol says Dylan is day to day. One other quick note. Ollie Marmol told me Adam Wainwright threw a bullpen back in St. Louis, 2 sets of 20 pitches. Ollie says it went well, and Waino could throw to hitters Friday or Saturday. So, Chip, some good news for Waino.
No doubt about it. It'll be great to get Adam back in rotation for the Cardinals. And we're back home this weekend with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Then Arizona comes in to wrap up the homestand, as Miles Mikolas starts his second inning versus Mike Moustakas. Moustakas a homer, 3 RBIs. Ooh, that was close. 3-1. And he walked him to start the second inning. So Moustakas is aboard. Elias Diaz, who has been a red-hot hitter, is batting 6th. All he's done is pick up 7 hits in his last 15 at-bats.
Yeah, he has been one you got to be careful with. You try to keep the ball down against him. And right now, again, with Miles Mikolas, big key is that weak contact again. Can you get him jammed? Can you get him extended?
Came right back with a strike. For the Rockies catcher, it's 0-1. Diaz hitting .303. 3 doubles and a homer. But blessed with catcher's speed, so figure to double him up if you can get an Adam ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. That got a piece of Contreras on the way by. And Wilson's all right. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Catchers are a different breed, Chip. That's putting me out for a couple days right there.
Yeah. Yep. Tools of ignorance, they call it. But nothing will feel as bad as that 103-mile-an-hour fastball that he took on opening day to the knee.
I wouldn't say nothing.
Well, I'll take your word for it. I'll also take your word for it on the Toyota key to the game.
Well, it's finish them off. That's going to be the big key for Miles Mikolas. When he gets them to 2 strikes, you got to be able to get the out. Opponents are hitting .360 against Miles with 2 strikes. That's the worst mark in the league right now.
Strike 3, bottom of the zone. Diaz caught looking. Mikolas has out number 1.
Oh, that'll work right there to finish him off. Just a 94-mile-an-hour sinker right on the corner. Just painted exactly where he wanted. Came back and caught the corner. Yeah, that's the big key. That 360 mark, again, it's early. There's been a lot of weird batted ball luck for Miles Mikolas. He's not pitching anywhere near as bad as the numbers look. But when you get somebody there, and that was one of the big topics of conversation with the Cardinals pitching staff. Hey, they don't strike out a lot of guys. Dusty Blake, the pitching coach, talked about the race to 2 strikes. Well, he's been getting there. Now, how do you get that out with 2 strikes?
That's, as you said, a good way to do it. Knee-high center cut. And Harold Castro, last-minute substitution at third base for the Rockies. He's quickly behind 0-2.
I know the ball doesn't break as much here in Denver. That curveball had a lot of depth to it.
And a base hit on a 2-strike count. He went down and golfed that ball into right center field. So that's a couple of 2-strike hits allowed by Mikolas in the first inning and a third tonight.
Yeah, the first one from McMahon, fastball elevated, caught way too much of the plate. This one here, a pretty darn good pitch that he goes out and gets.
So trouble afoot for Colorado, as it so often does. That trouble began with a leadoff walk. And now Daza hits. He's a fast runner. Let's see if Mikolas can get him. Daza 0 for 4 last night, but he did drive in a run. And a strike. It's said about pitching here, yes, your pitches don't do what they normally do. You can make that happen, but you have to work so much harder to make that happen. As that ball is shot toward Motter, he'll flip to second one. The turn in time, what a play! The Cardinals have turned 2 double plays in as many innings and still lead. Coverage cam.
Defensively, you know you got to be on your toes with Mikolas on the mound. Hot shot there. Motter corrals it. The good flip to Tommy Edman, and the Cardinals turn their second double play of the day. Nice work by Taylor Motter.
And that preserves a 1-0 Cardinal lead for Juan Yepez. And a swing and a miss for the Cardinals designated hitter tonight. Yepez looking for his first homer and RBI of the year. Start of the year with Memphis. He's 2 for 8 with the big club so far. Swing and a drive. That's down the line. That ball is gone. 2-0.
Well, the first pitch to Juan Yepez got in his kitchen a little bit. Not the second one. A hanging breaking ball by Freeland. Catches way too much of the plate, and the sweet stroke right there by Juan Yepez doubles the lead for the Cardinals early. Chip, you and I were talking before the game, picking our ponies for home runs today, and there's your guy right there, Juan Yepez. Nice call.
So it's a 2-0 game. How about Motter now? I have a feeling about this guy. Last homer for Taylor in the big leagues almost 5 years ago to the day. So,
2-factor.
April 14th, 2018, when he was with the Mariners. And Motter's had some time, I'm told, with the Rockies. He got 20 at-bats here a few years ago. And he's way ahead in the count. 3 balls and a strike.
Well, it is really nice to see the long ball here early on from the Cardinals. A pair of home runs. Cardinals coming into action. Only had 10 home runs. It was tied for 17th in the league.
Oh, he just missed it. High fly ball toward Profar and left. And he staggers but makes the play. And there's out number 1. Well, one thing the Cardinals have done consistently is hit the ball hard. And I know you're a believer in the law of averages. At some point, those hard hit balls are going to find green grass.
Yeah, for sure. If you continue, I think it just goes back to the concept of being process driven as opposed to results driven. If the process is right, if you're continuing to barrel baseballs, then you'll see results.
And that's got to be hard, though, in a business that is results oriented.
For sure it is. For sure it is. I think that's where you really have to lean on the fact that it's 162 games and just know that you know when you're hitting into bad luck. You also know when you're chasing and when you're off. Like these guys know themselves so well, and the staff knows them so well, and that's the hardest part, whether you're a pitcher or a position player, is making those adjustments midstream.
1 ball, 2 strikes for Brendan Donovan. He struck out to start the game for the Cardinals. Brendan took his timeout as Freeland toes the third base side of the rubber. And on the ground toward Crone, he will race to the bag and just win that race. And that's out number 2. Tommy Edman is coming up. His day begins with a bang.
Got a slider up in the zone away from him. Freeland trying to go in with that thing, and he's been tying up a lot of right-handers that way, but Tommy gets the barrel to it and lets it carry.
That's a nice way to pick up your first RBI of the season. A home run at Coors Field. Cardinals have hit 2 of them. They've doubled their home run totals against left-handed pitching with tonight's play. They now have 4 of them. And that missed, ball 1. That homer snapped a modest 0 for 8 at the plate for Tommy.
As you mentioned with Tommy, it was his first home run, first RBI, also his first extra base hit, waiting to get that going. You know that when Tommy is right and he's locked in, he's a doubles machine.
A lot of room in left center and down the left field line. This one up the middle. Oh, Freeland with a bare hand tried to knock that down. He couldn't do that, and Tommy Edman is 2 for 2.
Well, he could show off the home run power, then a single up the middle. And a right guy up.
Paul Goldschmidt popped out his first time up. Edman's a big stolen base threat, but he's got a lefty staring at him and Kyle Freeland. I don't know that you'd run in front of Goldschmidt and Arenado, but that's something that I'm sure will be a big part of the Cardinals' offensive arsenal when they lead.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest key, right? The Cardinals have been finding themselves playing from behind. It makes it very difficult to go out there and be aggressive on the base paths.
High fly ball, Profar in left center. He's got room to make that catch, and Kyle Freeland looks a little flummoxed. Hadn't given up a run in his first two starts. He's given up 2 solo homers tonight to the Cardinals, who lead 2-0 after 2.5. Nine, 1-2 on the lineup card for the Rockies against Miles Michaelis. Miles has given up 2 hits, but he's gotten 2 double plays behind him and 2 solo homers.
And doing a good job of just keeping that ball on the ground. He's been keeping the ball down when he wants it there.
That one almost got the second base umpire. Tovar has his 3rd hit of the series. Second leadoff man aboard in as many innings for Colorado. So the top order is coming up next. Friends Night comes back to Busch Stadium Friday, April 14th with the purchase of a themed ticket. Fans take home a Fleece Friends blanket. Come early for a pregame concert of 90s hits from Proud Larry. Tickets available at cardinals.com/theme. Profar chased O'Neill to the center field fence his first time up, but he is 0 for 1. This guy, an interesting story. Good year last year for the Padres. Nobody picked him up. He was a March 21st signing by Colorado. Didn't play in a spring game. And here he is in the starting lineup.
You got to wonder if maybe the asking price was too high or looking for too many years, whatever it was. I think the Rockies got themselves a pretty darn good player here in Profar.
Who will find hitting here is a lot more fun than Petco.
That is a fact.
And I think catcher's interference. That'll cost Michaelis a base runner, and it's an error on Contreras. So Colorado with 2 on, nobody out. Cardinals with 2 more errors tonight after making 2 last night. Bryant reached on a E5 and skies that out of play foul.
Well, let's let him hit it to Nolan again. See what happens with this one. Chris Bryant, you look at the counting numbers, they've been good. He's hitting for average, driven in a couple of runs. He's not crushing the ball all over the place. He's just been dropping some hits in.
So again, Brad, your Toyota key, get to 2 strikes and then end the at bat. He's got the 0-2 quickly on Chris Bryant here.
That's it. Finish him off. And I think that you could do so. Good slider down the way. Got to make sure it's down under the zone, though, to get him fishing for it.
Historically, Chris has not had much luck against Miles Michaelis, including tonight's at bat, just 4 hits in 22 trips. Little roller. Arenado will take the sure out at third base. They get the lead runner. Soft contact right at somebody. 1 man down. Ryan McMahon is your hitter, but first a quick word from Great Southern Bank.
Sometimes you just need to talk it out. Get all your banking questions answered and find the right options to fit your life with your own personal Great Southern Bank support team.
McMahon picked up a hit with a 2-strike count his first time up. Cardinals have turned 2 double plays. A third would be just what the doctor ordered here. Popped up left side. That'll sneak into the seats. And as always, a ton of Cardinal fans are here in the Mile High City.
Yeah, they travel well. It's gotten loud. The couple of home runs the Cardinals have hit, representing out here in Denver. Ooh, pretty good spot right there by Miles. He's had really good feel for both the slider and the curveball early on in this one.
One ball, one strike.
Another good slider. So remember, with 2 strikes last time to McMahon, he tried to go with the fastball, tried to go away with it, ended up middle up. I think you can still absolutely finish him with the fastball. It's got to be up above the zone.
The old higher than high pitch.
That's right. And he'll swing at it.
Now a 2-2 pitch. Wow. If you're going to miss, that's a good spot to miss.
That's it. The big key with that when you're trying to go in, especially against a guy like McMahon, is you got to make sure that doesn't leak back over the plate. If you're going to miss in.
So a full count, 2 aboard, 1 out. Runners hold, and the pitch cut on and missed. And McMahon still hitless on the year with runners in scoring position. Big pitch, 2 men out.
Well, you can tell McMahon might have been looking for that heater again. He gets the slider. Instead, your Chevy pitch track slider. It was down the middle, but it was the pitch itself. It was the change in velocity that got him out in front.
Well, C.J. Cron, the hitter. Cron hit into a double play in the first. He got off to a great start for Colorado. Hit 2 homers on opening day. But right now, Brad is in the midst of a 2-for-25 slide at the plate.
Yeah, went through missing some time with the flu-like symptoms. Has not just been himself. Monster year, to your point, last year. Good start, but he's been human.
Up the middle, tricky hop, and Tommy stayed with that and steps on the pillow, and Miles Michaelis pitches around. 2 on, nobody out at Coors. He leads 2-0. Cardinals 5K on April 22nd. Participants get to walk a victory lap on the field at Busch Stadium. It's presented by Bally Sports Midwest. Sign up at cardinals.com/5K. Nolan Arenado leads off our 4th. Cardinals with 2 solo homers. Enjoy a lead against Kyle Freeland, who was upset he didn't get that call.
Well, that's where he's got to live. Freeland stuff is not overpowering. Going to have to be getting some of the calls on the corners. Yeah, Nolan is another one of those guys, too, you'd like to stay away from for the most part. He can still go out there and catch a strike on the outer half and still pull it for a home run, but he is very dangerous middle in.
Freeland wants a new baseball. That one obviously defective with a 3-0 count. Freeland doesn't walk many, he doesn't strike out many, but he has punched out 2 tonight, 1 base on balls, and 2 homers the difference. The 3-0 pitch. And 4 straight. Starts off the Cardinals' 4th inning. And here's the other man he walked, Wilson Contreras. That led off the 2nd. Got to keep adding on in this ballpark.
You do for sure. You saw it yesterday. There was back and forth in the ball game. Nothing is ever safe, and this Cardinal offense, top to bottom, is good enough to add on against everybody. Just got to show it.
And he's missed with 5 in a row. Let's see if Diaz heads out for a visit. He will. While they chat, voting's open now for the 2023 Cardinals Hall of Fame, brought to you by Edward Jones. Our nominees are Joaquin Andujar, Steve Carlton, David Freese, Matt Morrison, Edgar Renteria. Cast your vote at cardinals.com/HOF. Voting closes April 21st. A lot of room between first and second for Wilson Contreras. They play him very deep in the outfield. And a mile-high pop-up, if you'll pardon the pun. Diaz behind the plate. We'll have room on the running track, and there's the first out. And Tyler O'Neill, your hitter. He grounded into a double play his first time up. Just joining us, Cardinals got a home run from Tommy Edman in the first. Juan Yepez in the third. Tyler O'Neill starting because Dylan Carlson suffering through some neck spasms and is unavailable to start tonight. Jim Hayes gave us that great report a little earlier. And we'll hear from Jim a little later on as we continue on in Game 2 in Denver tonight.
As you mentioned, Tyler O'Neill made a very nice play on the first play of the game. Profar drove one out to deep center, went back on it, got there well.
Ouch. 0-2. Kyle Freeland has never beaten the Cardinals. 0-3 in 5 starts. Usually has a lot of base running traffic. That's been the case tonight. He's had a base runner in every frame so far in this game. And a good block. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But he really is an odd pitcher by today's standards. Odd in that he doesn't strike many people out. He doesn't get a lot of hard contact against him. But tonight, Cardinals have popped him for a couple of homers.
Well, I think that just tells you can still, in 2023, you can pitch.
And O'Neill swung at a ball way inside, and he struck out. That's number 3 for Freeland. 2 outs.
Well, so he's shown the ability as a right-hander to get in there with the fastball. This time it's the knuckle curveball that just continues going back foot, and Tyler O'Neill's not able to hold up.
So Jordan Walker tried to extend that 10-game hitting streak. He flied out in his first trip. A bullet hit toward third. Knocked down. Recovery. Long throw. And in time. Nice play by Castro not to panic. And the Cardinals can't cash in a leadoff walk. Cardinals baseball is brought to you by your quality Ford dealers, proud sponsor of the St. Louis Cardinals, and by CarShield. CarShield cars go farther. Miles Mikolas starts his 4th inning, and a strike to Mike Moustakas. Fun juxtaposition between these two pitchers. Mikolas with a 9.0 ERA coming in has a 3-hit shutout. And Kyle Freeland, who hadn't given up a run all year, has given up 2 runs in the first 3 innings.
Well, you definitely knew that the numbers from Miles Mikolas, they're a little bit elevated from 2 games in, have not gone exactly as planned. But he looks very sharp tonight, and one of the biggest keys in this ball game is he's getting ahead. He's just commanding counts. It's 11 of 14 now, first pitch strikes. He's been in the driver's seat.
And as you well know, if you can get the ball on the ground in this ballpark, you have a fighting chance.
Well, I've never seen a home run on the ground. You know, the ball's not going to get out of the ballpark that way. He's done a good job there. Going to have to be careful with that sinker he just threw there to Moustakas. Tried to get in with it.
Did he go? Yes, he did. A check swing takes care of Moustakas. And that is strikeout number 3 for Miles Mikolas. So he's following your Toyota keys to perfection tonight.
Well, finishing off the hitters with 2 strikes. Look at the depth on this slider here. I mean, this is as good as his sliders looked all year in an altitude where the ball's not supposed to move that much.
Diaz smokes one towards center. O'Neill on the run and can't get that. He ambushed him, and the hottest Rockies hitter has cut the Cardinals' lead in half.
Well, that was that slider we were talking about a second ago. This one ends up catching just too much of the plate. He's been putting that thing on the corner or under the zone, and Diaz just sits on it and hits it a ton.
And the pitcher's reaction tells you all you need to know at the point of contact. You could see Miles when that ball was popped. He put his head down and said, I made a mistake.
Yeah, you don't have to look generally.
That went a long way to straightaway center. And it's now a 2-1 game. Harold Castro rolls to Motter. Another ground ball out, 2 away. Now a 2-1 game as we check in again with Jim Hayes.
Taylor Matter's career has taken him all over the majors to Korea and independent league ball. He told me coming to the Cardinals was like coming full circle. He grew up in Jupiter. He told me, I was there when they first opened the complex. I was there all the time as a kid watching games. To play on that field and have my parents getting to see me was an unbelievable experience, Chip. Even happier about making the ball club.
And he's playing well, Jim. He's got the hardest hit ball by a Cardinal this year. How many of you had that in the middle of April in the office pool?
Did not have that on my bingo card, but not shocking the way that you watch him go about it in spring training. He doesn't half-step anything that he's doing. I mean, he's up there, he's swinging hard, he's going out there on defense. And you brought up a very interesting stat that was on the scoreboard in Milwaukee. Pretty reckless.
15 broken bones as a kid. I did ask him about that, and he said, yeah, I was a wild man. My mom and dad were very attentive. I was in a tree, in a creek, playing with my friends. And he said, I hope my baby daughter is not as wild as I was as a kid. I said, well, good luck with that.
Yeah, genetics are a heck of a thing.
You're right.
There's a good chance she might have some of those tendencies, but working out quite well for him.
Jonathan Daza down 2 strikes, 1-2 count. And this one in the air towards center. That'll bounce in front of O'Neill. And another 2-strike hit for the Rockies. And that keeps the inning alive. Ezequiel Tovar is coming up with 2 outs.
So Miles Michaelis on this one. He's trying to go away from him, trying to spot up that corner like we've seen him do. Bring that sinker back. Unfortunately, it just comes back to the middle of the plate and elevated for Daza.
Tovar singled in the 3rd and was forced out at 3rd. And right back to the mound, and that will end the inning. Diaz hits a homer to cut the Cardinals' lead in half. Good ball game in Denver. Ollie's squad up 2-1. 1,000 fans 16 and up get a Nolan Arenado cycle bobblehead thanks to Coca-Cola and Walmart. Tickets available at cardinals.com/promotions. The Pittsburgh Pirates will be in town over the weekend. Then next week it's the Arizona Diamondbacks. And the Cardinals are offering $5 tickets for that series with Arizona.
You might want to get in on that action right there. Hopefully they're coming in rolling in that series. Take care of business here. Add to this lead. Juan Yepez with a solo shot of his own today. It was a hanging breaking ball that he pounded down the left field line.
Two balls and a strike for Yepez, who flourished with Albert Pujols for the Cardinals last year. Swing and another shot hammered toward left. Profar will turn. That's off the base of the wall. Yepez will have to settle for a long single. He hit it too hard. Wow. But he is 2 for 2.
I'd say he's seeing the ball pretty well. Hit a curveball out. This time it's a sinker. It's center cut, and he smokes it. 107.8 miles an hour off the bat. He looks and said, you know what? I'm just going to stay here. That's probably safer. Played it off the wall well. That's a heck of a single.
And here's Motter. He flat out to left his lone trip. And up and away, ball 1. Motter made a great play at second base to start a double play. Let's see if he can get in on the hitting fun. Check swing. Freeland won't have a play. That'll trickle foul. And it's 1-1. Well, did you see the Mets game yesterday? 2 swinging bunts right down the line. They had 2 hits that kissed the chalk and stuck on the chalk. The head groundskeeper did a heck of a job in that game.
Yeah, keeping it very level.
Fair, yes.
Very level. That'll drive you crazy.
And every pitcher in Colorado will say, we can't let that happen in this place. The homers, the doubles will happen. It's the walks and the soft Coors Field hits that'll kill you. Haven't been many of those tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yepez leads at first. And a good take. The Cardinals have done a nice job tonight of not expanding their zone against Freeland, who's not throwing particularly hard.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think they've been jumpy, especially a guy like this that is around the zone and not in it. Sometimes you want to make things happen. Pretty good sinker right there at the bottom of the zone.
See if Motter can put it in play with 2 strikes and nobody out. Big hole right side for him as Freeland checks the runner. Swing, fly ball. That's down the left field line. Did he keep it fair? He just missed. It's 2-2 still.
Well, this is an aspect of the Cardinals that has been very solid this year. They've been tough to strike out. They got 3 strikeouts in the game today, but overall, pretty tough with 2 strikes.
Came with a fastball. He got O'Neill on a big breaking ball right across the shoe tops. That time Motter was ready for the heat and stayed alive.
It's a really good pitch from Freeland too, and just going back and watching his last couple of starts, that's how he's been so effective against the right-handers. Coming into action today, righties were only 4 for 29 against him, and it's because of that.
Swing and a miss. And Motter is down on strikes. And back to the top of the order we go. And Brendan Donovan. Now a quick word from our friends at Rally House.
Play ball, St. Louis. Shop the latest in Cardinals style with your favorite brands and throwback designs. Rally House has gear for every fan.
Brendan's 0 for 2 tonight. See if he can change that. See if that sets up the outer half. Even count for the Cardinals leadoff man, left fielder Brendan Donovan.
Well, Freeland's been liking that slider a lot. That's how he got ahead. Wouldn't be surprised to see another one here.
It was, and a high strike.
Difficult one right there, though, if you're Donovan to pull the trigger on. You pick up the spin, but it backs up. I'm not sure he could have done much and been able to keep that ball fair.
Yepez a good lead at first. And Donovan didn't get that. Back-to-back strikeouts. And Tommy Edman is your hitter. So 5 strikeouts for Kyle Freeland, who had struck out 6 total in his first 2 starts.
Yeah, showed him the slider a couple of times, and now the big knuckle curve right there. And to your point, that's 5 strikeouts. All 5 have been swinging. A guy that has had very little swing and miss all year long.
Perfect night for Tommy Edman. He's halfway to the cycle. He's got a homer and a single. And he shoots this one toward right center field. Bryant on the run, not going to get there. That ricochets hard off the wall. Edman on his way to second. He'll stop there. He's 3 for 3. And the Cardinals have second and third and 2 outs. Oh, that's a tough break. If that ball bounces off the warning track, you might get a run.
It's a couple of perfect caroms for the outfielders there with Yepez running, but this ball is smoked, a sinker, elevated, and Tommy with the approach today is obviously going the other way, letting the ball travel over 108 miles an hour off the bat, showing off some of that power we talked about. This guy is a doubles machine when he's right. And Chip, even if that's up another 2 inches and hits the chain link and drops flat, you got Yepez scoring on that one.
Well, you got a chance for real damage now. Even with 2 outs, Goldie's up, second and third, 2-1 game.
I don't think he meant to throw that there. I would think with the base open, 89-mile-an-hour sinker down the middle isn't what exactly I would be starting him with. He gets away with it.
The Cardinals coming into play tonight, 6 for their last 30 with runners in scoring position. That trend isn't going to continue, hopefully. Paul Goldschmidt makes Freeland pay for 2 hits this inning. Sharply hit, but on a line to third, and it caught Castro. I don't think he ever saw it. Tough luck for Goldschmidt, who hits a bullet, and the Redbirds out of luck in the 5th. Budweiser, what's on tap? Jack Flaherty wraps up the road trip tomorrow.
Yeah, he'll make his 3rd start of the year. The ERA looks good. What he'd like to get down is that walk rate. 13 walks so far in his 10 innings, but he has battled, and that's what they like to see out of Jack. He has at least not let these innings snowball on him.
Join us at 1:30 Central Time here on Bally Sports Midwest. Cardinals trying to even the series tonight. They lead 2-1. Michaelis and Freeland pitching well. All the offense thanks to solo home runs. Edman and Yepez for the Cardinals. Elias Diaz for Colorado. That came last inning.
Amazing. You have 2 balls off the wall last inning and can't get one of those in. Both just bounced perfectly to the Rocky defenders.
Profar takes high, I suppose. 3 balls and a strike.
I like the pitch.
So full count. Tell you how things have gone for the Cardinals offensively. That ball that Goldie hit was an absolute missile. I don't think Castro saw it, and the ball caught him.
Generally, it's not textbook to turn your head before it gets to you, but it worked.
So a full count for Profar, who reached on catcher's interference last time up. He also hit the ball hard to straightaway center. And ball 4, tying run aboard to start the 5th. Chris Bryant coming up. Second walk for Michaelis. And Bryant's up. He's 0 for 2.
Well, if you're Nolan Arenado over at 3rd, be on your toes. He's come that way twice.
Lined into left. That's going to get down for a hit. A walk and a single, and here come the Rockies. 2 on, nobody out. So Bryant's on-base streak continues. Michaelis has some more traffic here at Coors Field. And Cronin, Moustakas lurking.
Yeah, really not a bad pitch. Bryant goes out there and covers the slider on the outer half.
So nobody out. McMahon struck out in a big spot last time up. And again, 0 for 10 this year with runners in scoring position. Let's keep it that way, shall we? Fly ball center. O'Neill back as far as he can go, and that one's not coming back.
We've talked about it this series. Things tend to change quickly here at Coors. And they change right here with one swing of the bat. Fastball up and in. Just not up high enough. That's a backbreaker.
So the Rockies turn the game around. 3 straight have reached in the 5th inning. It's now a 4-2 score. As C.J. Cron is 0 for 2 and comes to the plate. Third homer for McMahon. First hit with a runner in scoring position. A bomb to straightaway center. Another bomb to left. How far is that one going? Out onto the concourse. Back-to-back homers for the Rockies. This one a no-doubter.
Yeah, another one. Didn't even have to look. Miles knew as soon as it left his hand. Slider, middle, and gets out in a hurry.
Out toward Todd Helton's restaurant. I mean, I know this is a hitter-friendly place, but you don't see many go out to the concourse in Colorado.
No, you got somebody out there getting a hot dog that might have just got injured. 479 feet, the home run there by Crone.
So Dusty Blake, the Cardinals pitching coach, out for a visit. Colorado with a 4 spot in the 5th. Now let's take a quick word from BOS.
When you need to expand your business, turn to BOS. We can make loan decisions locally, so you can unleash your full potential. BOS, bank boldly.
5-2 Colorado. Got to stop the bleeding. Nobody out. And Mike Moustakas swings through it. Moustakas has walked and struck out. And now he dumps one down the line and left. That's going to get down for a base hit. Moustakas chugging for second. The throw will be late. Moustakas slid a little early, but was able to get to the bag without a play. And 5 straight have reached for the Rockies. Check this out.
Well, he hits it down the line. He knew that Donovan was going to try to make a play on him. Said, let's get dirty. They started just a tad early. Luckily, he had the swim move to get in with the left hand. Might as well have an embarrassing moment after you hit a double.
I feel a summons to kangaroo court is coming for Mike Moustakas on that slide. And now Diaz, the batter, he scored the first Rockies run with a homer. 5 straight have reached in the 5th inning. Make it 6 straight. A one-hopper to Walker and right. And they're at the corners, still nobody out. And Brad, there's nobody up and throwing yet in the Cardinals bullpen, but you got to wonder if Michaelis, I beg your pardon, is running out of gas here.
Yeah, well, it happens very quickly, especially in this ballpark. And another pitch that's elevated, the slider that he's had such a good feel for early on. Talked about this a little bit yesterday. In this ballpark, you already know that you have the pitch clock, you have to move faster, you're playing at this elevation. You can get gassed pretty quickly in a long inning.
Great stop to save a run. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Contreras was able to keep that in front of him. This breaking ball bounced very early. Got a glove on it.
Caught that in self-defense. 1-0 for Harold Castro. Little roller, contact, runner broke toward the plate. Retreats as Goldie applies the tag. There's the first out of the inning. It does, however, advance Diaz to second. And they're at second and third, 1 away.
Beat the sinker into the ground. Goldie's looking back to runner at third. Heads up play there. Moustakas not going anywhere.
No balls and a strike for Jonathan Daza. Always perilous when you have to go to your bullpen in the middle innings in Colorado. The Cardinals had to do that last night. As this one's popped into right. Walker's under it. Runner at third might tag. Jordan comes up, loads up. Here comes his throw. It's going to be way up the line. And the Rockies out onto the sac fly. Give Daza his 4th RBI. And Colorado has scored 5 times in the inning to take a 6-2 lead. Point being, last night, Cardinals got 5 2/3 innings out of Steven Matz. Thompson, Verhagen, and Stratton pitched. They got another game tomorrow. And the Cardinals starters, Brad, have been averaging about 5 innings. You got to be worried about use and abuse of the bullpen.
Yeah,
too.
you're right. They're not getting very deep, and they are playing a man short right now too, as Jordan Hicks is dealing with. He's been sick. I don't know if it's a viral issue, but is at the hotel. So he's, they are playing a man short in that pen. So maybe that's part of trying to get Michaelis a little bit further through this one.
1-1 pitch. Yeah, so a starting pitcher acting as his own reliever, you might call it. But with that in mind, Genesis Cabrera has gotten up and has started to play catch. Colorado has batted around in the 5th inning. And they scored 5 runs to take a 6-2 lead. That gets away. Contreras can't find it. And Diaz moves up 90 feet. That's the peril of catching on an E. Wild pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Knocked that one down. Colorado with 10 more hits. 5 straight games they've done that. Driven to right at Walker, though, and he'll make the play. And that retires the side. That ball was smoked. Colorado hits a couple of homers and takes a 6-2 lead. The Cardinals are teaming up with Tums to bring fans a great deal on tickets. For a limited time, fans can see the Cards host the Diamondbacks April 17th, 18th, and 19th for just $5. To purchase or for complete details, visit cardinals.com/Tums. On the ground, deep short. Arenado picks on a first pitch. And there's the start of a rally, we hope, in a 6-2 game in the 6th inning.
Well, that last inning against Michaelis, it started off innocent enough, right? It was a walk, it was a single, and then there was all kinds of damage. Nolan gets something going here for the Birds.
Wilson Contreras has walked and popped out. He's 1 for 14 at the plate on the road trip. Time to turn that around in a 6-2 Colorado game. Double play ball. There's 1. 2 outs. So Freeland's gotten 2 6-4-3 double plays. And the base is empty now for Tyler O'Neill, who wrapped into the first one. Tyler also struck out in the Cardinals' 4th.
Well, Freeland doing a very good job again of just moving the baseball all over the place. You see first pitch, he ends up missing away. That time he sinks it down. Not afraid to cut it in.
I love what you said earlier. The way he pitches proves you don't have to throw 97 to win at this level.
You have to mix it up. You have to hit your spots.
There's a shot the other way, but McMahon, Johnny on the spot. And Freeland gets out of the 6th inning. Shutdown frame for him. He leads it 6-2. Do that. He answers our first. Chevy called to the bullpen.
Well, it's Genesis Cabrera's second appearance of the year. Saw him Sunday against the Brewers, a scoreless 2/3 of an inning. And just to your point, looking to keep it right here. Things got off the rails quickly in the 5th. But you know how quickly that can happen for the Cardinals. We got to keep it here. Can't have any more. There's a big enough deficit already.
And as it happens so often in this park, as innocent as a leadoff walk might sound, that's what led to disaster for Michaelis in the 5th inning. 9 batters came to the plate, 5 of them scored. And it was Profar who led off that frame with a free pass in a 1-run game. Final line on Miles tonight: 5 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks. He struck out 3 and 3 homers. Driven to right. Jordan drifts back near that wall, reaches up and makes the catch. And Profar's given it a ride twice, but he's unrewarded. He's over 3. 1 man down. April 17th, fans take a break from the books, head to Busch Stadium for college night. With the purchase of a theme ticket, fans take home an exclusive Cardinals sweatshirt. Get your tickets today at cardinals.com/theme. Chris Bryant a single and a run scored last time. Popped up. This one will hang up forever. Brendan Donovan in shallow left is there, and Cabrera has the first 2 outs. McMahon, a back-breaking 3-run homer a moment ago. First, a quick word from Tickets for Less.
Get in the game. Tickets for Less.
So lefty-lefty for McMahon here. Lots of strikeouts, but sadly lots of homers too. 3 of them now. And 8 runs batted in. And a chopper foul. It's 0-2. Rockies trying to get back to 500 at 6-6. Cardinals have started 3-7 in their first 10 games. We've got 3 innings left to mount a comeback against Kyle Freeland and the Rockies bullpen. And that shaves off a corner, and Cabrera, an impressive inning. That was nice. 97 on the black. Time to get the bats going. 6-2 Colorado. After 6 innings of 2-run ball, he will give way to Jake Bird as Buddy Black makes his first Chevy call to the bullpen.
Well, maybe the Cardinals able to get to the pen. Freeland did a good job of keeping the Cardinals off balance. No ERA isn't everything, but he has been gotten to this year. Maybe the Cardinals can do the same.
Jordan Walker will lead off the 7th as we check it again with Jim Hayes.
Yeah, plenty of hype surrounding Walker, and rightfully so. If there's hype, Walker doesn't know about it. He told me I try to be off social media as much as possible. I still look at things that interest me, like some video stuff. In terms of what people are saying about me, the less I know, the better. Lots of wisdom there.
Well, let's hope That youthful wisdom pays off in our Honda home run inning. If the Cardinals homer this inning, your Gateway Honda dealers make a $1,000 donation to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Walker started his Cardinals career with a record-setting 10-game hitting streak. He has yet to extend it tonight. He is 0 for 2. Castro robbed him of a hit last time up at third base.
That is very smart of not reading the hype or digging into it. It's darn near impossible in the world that we live in now to be disconnected, right? But if you try your best and you focus on other things, you're going to be all right.
Line drive. It's a base hit right off his knuckles, and he muscles that into left. And the kid has an 11-gamer to start his big league career.
Incredibly impressive yet again this time. I mean, this ball is in well off the plate, but he's just so strong and he gets his hands to it. There's not a pitch on the inner half he doesn't like either. I mean, he's offering it anything in there, but he's strong enough to get this thing out to the outfield.
So there's a start. Bird has Yepez in the box with a man aboard. And he had a home run cut and didn't get it. One thing about Bird is, number one, he's been busy. He's now made 6 appearances for Colorado. And what gives you hope is in his previous 5 outings, he's given up multiple runs twice. So here in the 7th, time to strike and get this thing close. It's 6-2 Colorado. And Bird was a late addition to the Rockies bullpen. He was recalled Thursday when Daniel Bard went to the IL with his anxiety issues. And Bud Black knows base runners cause stress in Colorado. Walker leads, and way outside he overthrew that. 2-1.
It's been some loud noises so far off the bat of Juan Yepez. Homered in his first at bat on a breaking ball. Second at bat, laser off the wall. Only a single because he hit it so hard.
Popped up. Inside out swing, and McMahon behind first will handle that. And Yepez is retired, 1 out, and Taylor Motter is coming up. Or will he be taken down? Looks like he will be. Looks like Nolan Gorman's grabbed the bat. And the Cardinals will go lefty righty here, down 4. So Motter's night ends 0 for 2. And Nolan Gorman, who drove in a run in the 9th inning last night, will try to bring the Cardinals closer here. Driven down the left field line, but slicing foul. That's something he's done quite a bit of late.
Yeah, that was what was so impressive about the run that he drove in last night. It was a double into the left center gap, and we're seeing him drive the ball that way with authority. You know he's got big time power to the pull side, but he's so strong he can drive the ball out anywhere. Just got to hit it where it's pitched. He's doing that.
Bird comes set. Gorman ready with the 0-1 pitch. Instead, will go to first. I'm talking with Ollie Marmol about his club. He'd like to run. He'd love to take advantage of the speed on this club. But again, Brad, the Cardinals have had to play behind so often. You can't risk the out, especially in a park like this.
Yeah, you might like some of the matchups that you have. You might have a good idea of tendencies of the pitcher. But if you risk it and don't get it.
Just missed. Popped up. Bryant comes in right. And he camps out and puts that away. 2 down. So the final hope in the St. Louis 7th is Brendan Donovan. He's 0 for 3. That came against left-hander Kyle Freeland, who struck out 5. He got Donovan twice. That gets away, and Walker will move up. So a 2-out hit could score you a run here.
Well, Jake Bird is giving you everything that he's got. I mean, there is nothing nice and easy about the delivery of Bird. You might get some of those. You might get some of the ones that he ends up spiking. Got very good stuff.
Ball 3. All help would be appreciated, especially with hot-hitting Tommy Edman on deck, who's a triple shy of the cycle. So a 2-out walk. And here is Edman, who got the game off to a flying start, Brad, in the first inning. A 1-out homer the other way.
Yeah, he strikes in a big way. Your BJC difference maker gets a pitch, slider out over. That's how you get things started. We're seeing him drive the ball that way, doing so effectively.
So the Rockies will talk this over. And as we've said already a couple of times tonight and in this series, the hits, the homers are going to happen. It's the walks, the prolonged innings that can really lead to big problems. And with this part of the Cardinals order coming up, perhaps that 2-out walk from Brendan Donovan will be the biggest at bat in this game.
Well, that's it. Solo shots don't generally end up killing you. The problem is the having traffic on ahead of time. Like, that's what ends up biting you a little bit. And the hope is that's what ends up biting the Rockies here.
So 25,399 fans quiet for the moment. Cardinals fans here in Denver hoping Edman can make a little history here. He had 2 hits on the road trip coming into play tonight. He's 3 for 3 in this game. And a knee-high strike. Edman thought it was low. Well, you get another base runner, you bring the tying run to the plate. On the ground, McMahon bounces it. Everybody's safe. Oh, a gift for the Cardinals in the 7th. And Goldschmidt's coming up with the bases loaded. Thank you.
Sometimes you got to catch a little bit of luck. Luck is something the Cardinals have had very little of so far this season, but give themselves another chance right here.
So Bud Black is on his way out. Bad luck for Bird. He ought to be out of the inning. Instead, the Cardinals, after an E4, have the bases loaded. Paul Goldschmidt is coming up with a chance to tie this game for the Cardinals here in the top of the 7th. Bud Black, and this will be the first time, Brad, for Colorado that this man has inherited any base runners. And boy, he's got a tough man to get. That's Paul Goldschmidt, even with 2 outs.
Yeah, made the transition last year to a full-time member of the bullpen. Dinelson Lamet, remember him as a starter with the Padres, and has a really good slider that he uses a lot. A couple of years ago, it was one of the better pitches in the game. Goldie has faced him a couple of times, 2 for 4 in his career off of Dinelson Lamet.
Cardinals have the bases loaded thanks to 1 hit, a walk, and an error. And the Cardinal fans want Goldschmidt to do something big here. Goldschmidt drove in 2 last night. In his career, he's 2 for 4 against Dinelson Lamet. And after Goldschmidt, you've got Arenado.
Well, Goldie has proven throughout his career, and certainly this year, he will be selective. He will take his time. He's not swinging early in counts. He's not expanding.
Nasty breaking ball, 2 balls and a strike.
Got a fastball count, got a good slider down and away.
Good speed aboard for the Cardinals. The pitch way outside, ball 3. Lamet's got to throw a strike or the Cardinals will get their 3rd run. Ball 4, a bases loaded walk. So uncharted territory for Lamet. And how about this opportunity? The former Rocky, Nolan Arenado, could turn the game around with one swing. Arenado singled on the first pitch he saw last inning. Rolls this one foul. He was out in front. Nolan's had good luck against Lamet. 4 for 9 in his career.
Well, a lot like the way he attacked Goldie. Can expect the same thing here for Arenado. Tons of sliders.
Downstairs. Here are your Cardinal runners. Donovan at 3rd. Tommy Edman at 2nd. Goldschmidt at 1st. The pitch. Way outside. Well, it's one thing to start a clean inning. It's another to come in with the bases loaded in this building.
It really is. And you don't have a time to ease in and get a feel for anything. It's pressure on. You know, as soon as you make one mistake, Goldie's going to flip this game over.
Oh, and the old my shoelaces are loose.
Happened to me a lot. Buying himself a little bit of time.
Nolan ahead in the count. A Cardinal at every base. Outside. 3-1 again. Very small strike zone here, you'd think. Swing drive, hammer to left. That ball is off the base of the wall. 2-run score. Here comes Goldie. They're going to wave him. Here comes Profar's throw. Up the line. Arenado doubles home 3. Oh, did the Cardinals need that?
The Cardinals were down but not out. Relentless. That's exactly what Ollie has talked about all year with the offense. The big hits just haven't been there. Well, here it is right here. A fastball down and in. Drops the head on it. That beautiful swing from Nolan. And drives in 3 to tie this thing up.
And as big as that hit was, as Contreras stands in, remember, the 2-out walk with 1 man aboard. Then the error, a walk, and a double. And the Cardinals, with 4 in the 7th, have tied the game at 6. It's uncanny how often it happens here. Now Contreras down 2 strikes.
We talked about it when that error happened off the bat of Tommy Edman, a ball that McMahon just couldn't get. Cardinals have not had much luck so far this year. Needed something to kick their way.
And Contreras swings and misses a breaking ball, and that'll end the inning. St. Louis picks up 4 unearned runs, but baby, they all count. Nolan Arenado doubles home 3, and we're tied at the stretch. This Cardinal team has needed a break for a week. A 2-out walk and an error set the table for Nolan Arenado, and he came through with a bases-clearing double to tie the game. So neither Michaelis nor Freeland will factor in the decision. It's a bullpen battle the rest of the way, with C.J. Cron leading off, and he hit a 476-foot home run last time up.
Well, this feels more like a Coors game, doesn't it? This is more what we're used to over the years.
Cron a strike. And now 0-2. It's encouraging to see Hennessy's pop 97 in his last inning.
Well, he got a little bit of swagger too on that. He turns around, did his signature strikeout move. When he's feeling it, he just builds off that momentum, gets better and better.
Did Cron go? Not that time. It's a ball and 2 strikes. 4, 5, and 6 for the Rockies in the 7th. 2 big innings. Colorado with 5 in the 5th. The Cardinals answer with 4 unearned runs in the 7th. And we're deadlocked in game 2. Cron flails away. Cabrera has back-to-back strikeouts and a good start to the home 7th.
It was a darn good breaking ball right there by Hennessy Cabrera. He showed off the velocity with 97, then drops a hammer right on the plate. I think there are times where you watch something, you say, how could he possibly swing at a pitch like that? Well, it's the way that Cabrera sells it out of his hand. That pitch looked like the heater. There's no big hump in that breaking ball.
Now lefty-lefty for Moustakas, who doubled and scored last time up. Mike had an injury-plagued year last year, was on the IL 3 times. But healthy and trying to resurrect things with the Rockies. More action in the Cardinals bullpen. Ali Marmol told us that the man throwing was going to pitch no matter the score tonight.
Yeah, Giovanni Gallegos was going to get in on the action, has not been worked a ton.
Something got loose in shallow center. Well, I know the Rockies relievers are wild. That's a little extreme. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It will happen.
Moustakas right on top of the plate and off the netting foul. It's 1-2. Again, Brad made the point earlier. Cardinals are a man short in the bullpen. And so every inning that guys like Gallegos and Cabrera can pick up in this ballpark, those will be huge for the series wrap up tomorrow.
Well, there are important innings to be eaten up at that back end of the pen anyhow. Hennessy Cabrera, we've seen him factor in. He can definitely be one of those guys late innings, especially if he's throwing the ball like this.
Now a 2-2 pitch, lefty-lefty. Don't walk him. The pitch. He didn't. Swing and a miss. 3 straight strikeouts for Cabrera, who's feeling it. And Elias Diaz is coming up. He's been the hottest Colorado hitter. 9 for his last 18, including a home run tonight. And the Rockies have hit 3 of them. Here they are. Our StatCast presented by Google Cloud.
Yeah, I think we've seen enough of Diaz and the home runs in general, but you know in this ballpark that is going to happen. So how do you fight back into games? The Cardinals bullpen trying to figure that out. Nice job by Hennessy Cabrera. It's going to be Giovanni Gallegos time.
3 strikeouts for Hennessy over an inning and 2/3 as our duel continues at Coors. By BJC Healthcare, you deserve extraordinary care. And by Budweiser, this Bud's for you. Great comeback for St. Louis. 4 runs in the 7th inning after the Rockies gift-wrapped some base runners with 2 outs. Hennessy Cabrera taken down after 3 strikeouts over an inning and 2/3. And now Giovanni Gallegos is on to try to get the final out and send us to the 8th tie.
Well, incredibly impressive by Hennessy Cabrera, and it has been a week since we have seen Giovanni Gallegos. Remember, he was late to get into game action as he was dealing with some back tightness. Got into a game against the Braves and just hasn't found that right spot to get into a game. As Ollie told us, he was going to work, and well, these are the kind of games that he ends up working in, these tight ones.
So he inherits bases empty, and the Rockies catcher Elias Diaz coming up. He's 2 out of 3 in tonight's game, and straight over the top, bounces up there. 1 ball, no strikes. Wilson needed a moment after that pitch was off target. The next is cut on a missed.
Well, you're going to see a whole lot of that when Giovanni Gallegos is on. Is just swing and miss at that slider right under the zone. The ball tends to just disappear.
And right over the top. You don't see that all that often either.
No, you're right. Yeah, different arm action. He can also run it up there in the mid-90s. Has been a go-to guy at the back end of this pen for a couple of years.
Well, he's a strike away to sending the Cardinals offense back in action in a 6-6 game. And when we get to that 8th inning, O'Neill, Walker, Yepez, and Gorman are the scheduled hitters. Bottom part of the Cardinals lineup card. Fly ball, left field, playable, and we are headed to the 8th in Denver. What a ball game. Glad you're with us on Valley Sports Midwest. 6-6 your score. 4 runs an inning ago. They've come back to tie it. There's your game summary. This has been a wild last couple of innings.
It really has. Good day for Tommy Edman. Huge swing at the bat for Nolan Arenado, and this team feels like they finally got a little bit of momentum working.
Well, let's keep it rolling here with O'Neill, Walker, and Yepez. Tyler 0 for 3. Didn't mean to, and that costs him a strike. It's 1-1. Center cut. And Lamet gets ahead of the Cardinals center fielder. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, this is the first time this year for Dinelson Lamet he's had any inherited runners to deal with. And they all scored.
Boy, it's a different feeling. Coming into a ball game like that, you know that you have no margin for error.
Let's see if Tyler can climb ahead in this count. 2-2. Hammered down the line, but off the netting foul. And the right-hander ready. Again, 2-2 pitch. And strike 3. O'Neill caught looking. And strikes out for the second time tonight. Here's Jordan Walker, the Cardinals rookie, singled in the 7th and has an 11-game hit streak.
It's a slider we were talking about there with Dinelson Lamet. Your Plaza Tire Service pitch track just spotted the corner up in the zone, and O'Neill could not pull the trigger.
Chopper foul. It's 0-2. Walker's had no trouble in the spacious outfield here in Denver. And he'll take his time. He's been a dead pull hitter in his 11 games as a Cardinal. Kind of surprised at how far they've swung around toward right. Maybe that's because the slider's coming. It was, and it was off the plate. 1-2.
I think that will be, and he's performing at a ridiculous level already at 20 years old, but that's going to be the constant evolution, is up the middle, the other way with the power, because we know he's got it. We know he's got power to the opposite gap. But you got to love what you've seen in the production and the poise of Jordan Walker. Just a calmness in the box.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. And Lamet has struck out his last 3 Cardinals in order. and 2 men are out. Now a quick word from BJC Healthcare. Juan Yepez a good night. 2 hits, including a homer. If he can reach, Nolan Gorman would be your next hitter. Lamet looks like a different guy this inning.
Yeah, he's used to this. Well, and that's going to be a big thing too for Lamet. Like, that's next level. You got to start getting comfortable now coming into those innings where they're not clean.
Whoa, up and in. As a starting pitcher, I'm sure it's one thing if it's your mess because you're in the flow of the game, right? Where you've got to come in and clean up somebody else's, especially in this park. That's tough duty.
Well, there's a lot of pressure to it also. You really feel for the other guys. You're trying to make sure their runs don't score. Part of the job out there in the bullpen. I think that overall he's made the transition well.
Ready for his 30th pitch. Even count. 2 outs in the 8th. Nobody aboard for Yepez. High fly ball toward left center. Long run. Daza. He'll get there. And that will retire the side. We head to the home 8th, lower 3rd for the Rockies. Still a 6-6 score. Card for Giovanni Gallegos. Up and down for him. Finished the 7th. Now he starts the 8th.
Yeah, sets up the way that you want it. If you're Ollie Marmol, you could have Ryan Helsley ready for the next inning with the top of the order coming up.
Harold Castro, a late addition to the Rockies lineup. He's 1 for 3 in the game. Neither Miles Michaelis nor Kyle Freeland will factor in the decision tonight. Freeland left with a 6-2 lead. The Colorado bullpen and defense couldn't hold it. Pierce Johnson is up in the Rockies bullpen. As that one taken low. 2 balls and a strike. Big swing and a miss. Should this game go to extra innings with the flurry of new rules that baseball has introduced this year, one that has remained is the free base runner should we get to extra innings. So keep that in mind as we labor on late. And a swing and a miss. Castro will be thrown out at first, and a good start to the home 8th. 1 man down.
Another one of those disappearing sliders from Giovanni Gallegos. See some of the weirdest swings against him and this pitch. Just straight downward action. Then about 92 from Contreras over to first.
Jonathan Daza, the center fielder's up. And he unloads toward left. Donovan on the run. Still going, still going, still going. Leaps up. And he makes a great grab on the warning track. Oh, baby, might be a game saver.
Gio loves it. He's pointing out to left, and Donovan put the Gold Glover anywhere on the field, and he's going to make a play. The leaping catch on the track. Wow.
2 outs. And you just sense momentum swinging toward the Cardinals dugout. That saved 2 bases, maybe 3. As Tovar hits, he's the 9th place hitter. 1 for 3 is he tonight. 0-2.
I mean, what a feeling that is, too, if you're on the mound. You know, if you make a mistake in this ballpark, you can end up in the gap. You can end up in the seats. That was a pitch from Gio that was elevated. He did make a mistake, but Donnie bailed him out.
When we get to the ninth, Gorman, Donovan, Edman. 6-6 your score. Don't walk him. Full count. Strike three, right down Blake Street. What a game. Great catch by Brendan Donovan. The Cardinals have come back from a 4-run deficit. They'll try to take the lead in the ninth at Coors Field. Let's check out tonight's Budweiser play of the game.
Well, fittingly, it's Nolan Arenado, the 3 RBI double down the line to tie this thing at 6 apiece. Just a huge break for the Cardinals that man took advantage of, getting that pitch down and in and driving it.
Arenado in double digits in RBIs, and now the Cardinals take aim at Pierce Johnson, who's saved 3 games for Colorado. This is his 5th outing, and a Denver native to boot.
Yeah, Pierce Johnson has been a good pickup for them. Spent the last 3 years in San Diego and signed over here, has taken over the closer duties. Now, not a save situation here, but a solid option at the back end of the pen.
Nolan Gorman took over in the 7th inning for the Cardinals. He'll lead off. Swing drive, hammered right field. He ambushed him, and the Cardinals take the lead.
Lightning fast hands by Nolan Gorman. First pitch breaking ball and gets every bit of it.
The Redbirds have come all the way back. They've scored the last 5 runs in this game. Nolan Gorman destroys a baseball, hits it into the Rockies bullpen, and now St. Louis leads at 7-6.
Cardinals came into this ball game with 10 home runs. 3 in the ball game today. You've been wondering where is the long ball, but they're showing it off today.
Brendan Donovan, as I said at the time, maybe the key at bat in the game. A 2-out walk followed by the error. A bases loaded walk and a double. That got us tied. As we've said, a lead in the 9th inning is nice. You'd like it to be bigger than 1 if you can get it. 3 balls and a strike from Pierce Johnson. Ripped foul back toward us.
Well, wherever you end up putting Brendan Donovan, he seems to make a difference. Looking to see if he can keep something rolling here and fight him off again. A count he was so good in last year with 2 strikes.
Ball 4, homer and a walk. Time to add on. And here's Tommy Edman. First to look at the Nolan Gorman monstrous blast to start the inning.
Well, we've talked about all year the adjustments that he's made, laying off of different pitches. Well, this is a pitch that he has hammered the last couple of years. Breaking balls in the strike zone should be a no-no against Gorman. He throws one there and he makes him pay for it.
Tommy Edman reached base 4 times tonight. He's a triple shy of the cycle. Shows bunt, lays it down. It's a beauty. Advances the runner. A sacrifice bunt. And now Paul Goldschmidt, who's had great luck against Pierce Johnson, a chance again to add on for the Cardinals.
Well, and you have the ability of doing that and moving that runner over. Oftentimes when you have a hitter like Goldie, you wouldn't want to just leave that open base there, but you want to take your chances with Nolan Arenado? I don't know.
In this park, everybody in the batter's box is in scoring position,
That's
right?
a great point.
On the ground, base hit. Here comes Dollar on third. There'll be no play. ABC Baseball makes it a 2-run game.
Showing it all off this inning from long ball to fundamental. Tommy Edman gets down a bunt, and Goldie, look at this swing. Look at the hands pull inside. You don't tell me he's trying to do exactly that ground ball right through the hole.
So Donovan, after making a great catch in the 8th, scores his 2nd run. Goldschmidt with 2 more RBIs in the series. And now he's at first for Nolan Arenado, who tripled home 3 in the St. Louis 7th. 8-6. And Pierce Johnson, who's been so good, has given up a pair of 9th inning runs. Check swing strike. It's an even count. Connor Siebold has started to throw quickly in the Colorado bullpen. Elsley's up in the St. Louis bullpen. Swing and a miss. Look, you never want to count your chickens in this ballpark before they're hatched. But this is the kind of win, if you get it, can change a team's fortunes in a big way.
Especially when you know you have a team like this that can come back from anything, an offense like this.
1-2, fly ball center. And Daza to his left will have plenty of room. Arenado's retired. 2 are out. And Wilson Contreras will take another turn.
Johnson dodged a bullet on that one. That is not where he was trying to put that breaking ball, but ended up tying up Arenado.
Contreras 0 for 3. Almost to the backstop. Ball 1. Colorado will have the top of its order coming up in the bottom of the 9th. Let's hope that doesn't come about for a few more minutes. Let's get a few more runs here. 8-6 St. Louis. High breaking ball, called a strike. Woo.
Haven't seen that one called very often today.
And if anybody should know the strike zone, it's the Cardinal catcher. 2-1. Pierce Johnson again assuming the role of the 9th inning man for the Rockies with Daniel Bard on the injured list. Cardinals have hit him hard in this 9th inning. 3-1 count. And the inning continues. 2 walks. 2 are out. Tyler O'Neill coming up.
A situation here where, again, 2 runs in this ballpark, it's not everything. They want to give him a chance to calm down. You see the inning spiraling. You can see him laboring out there. Not the worst idea to go talk to him.
Is there a tougher job in baseball than to be the pitching coach in Colorado? And I mean that with all respect. They've had some great ones here.
Oh, for sure. Oh, it's very difficult. There are times where what do you say? Hey, you made your pitch. That was really good.
As it flies 400 feet away.
7 runs.
Yeah. Well, O'Neill, 2 on, 2 out. 2 in the 9th. Shot to right. That's down for a hit. Goldschmidt will score. Contreras at third. He'll stop. And Tyler O'Neill adds to the lead. The Cardinals are pouring it on. It's 9-6.
This is not a terrible pitch either from Pierce Johnson, but Tyler O'Neill gets the curveball and just flicks it out to right field. Travels, doesn't have to hit it hard, but puts it in a perfect spot. Much needed insurance.
So a rough outing for Pierce Johnson. He faces 7 hitters, retires 2 of them, allows 3 hits, 2 walks, and 3 runs. Cardinals lead game 2 late. It's 9-6. Chevy called to the bullpen for the Rockies. He's their 4th reliever. And as you see, he's had a tough time of it.
He certainly has. And for the Cardinals offense, keep pouring on. Jordan Walker already singled to extend his hit streak to 11 straight in his young career. Scored a run in the 7th as well. See if he can drive something here off of Seabold.
We've got a 3-run lead. Kid, turn it loose. See if you can pick up your first Coors Field homer here. O'Neill with an RBI single to right stands at first. Walker 1 for 4 with a run scored. First and third, 2 outs. Just missed it. Popped it up. That's going to hang up forever. Daza is there, and he puts the squeeze on it. What an inning for the Cardinals. Nolan Gorman, a solo home run, then a walk, a sacrifice punt, and Paul Goldschmidt with his 2nd RBI of the game. Tyler O'Neill added a single too, and the Redbirds lead by 3 with 3 outs to go. To throw their hitting coach a birthday party.
Yeah, happy birthday to Turner Warden. That's exactly the gift that he wanted. His offense pouring it on here against the Rockies. He got what he wished for.
9 runs on 11 hits, 7 of those runs in the final 3 innings here at Coors Field. And now Ryan Helsley is on with a 3-run lead, looking for his 2nd save of the season.
Well, Ryan Helsley emerged last year as one of the more dominant closers in the game. We know he's got the big time stuff, and got to feel comfortable with him taking the mound. Boy, everything started going the right way for the Cardinals in a game where it looked like it wouldn't. Miles Michaelis cruising early on. He hit the wall. The Rockies ended up hitting him, but the Cardinals battled back. Bullpen has been great, and the offense has just piled on.
So the top of the order will greet Helsley in the 9th. It starts with Jurickson Profar, who's reached twice. Once on catcher's interference. He's walked and scored. He's also flied out deeply twice. Didn't get the call at the bottom of the zone. Ball 1. Again, the key for Helsley, heck, for any reliever. We'll say it over and over. If they get hits, that's one thing. You can't walk them. Make them put it in play. He does. Toward the gap in right center. That'll get down in front of O'Neill. He'll cut it off quickly. Profar, big turn. He'll stop there. And the Rockies have a rally started in the 9th.
With his ball off the bat, it looked like it very well could have been extra bases. Pitch just elevated. Helsley fell behind. He jumped on a fastball. We're seeing some really good swings out of Profar with anything up in the zone.
So he's 2 for 2 in his career against Helsley. Here's Chris Bryant. Cardinals tonight have turned 2 double plays. They could use one here with a 3-run lead. Bryant has singled and scored to highlight his night. And Chris 1 for 7 with a couple of strikeouts against the Cardinals closer. And Contreras a great stop. Even count. Helsley picked up an inning in Milwaukee, struck out a couple. It was on the 9th. Good pitch. And he's got Bryant behind. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, that is the pitch that Chris Bryant really struggles with. Breaking ball down and away. I don't think that you can fall into the pattern of continuing to throw it, though.
Got away with one.
Yeah, went with it again. Ended up backing up on him a bit. I think that with the velocity of Helsley, too, still has the ability to climb the ladder with his fastball.
Now a huge pitch in the game. We've got McMahon next. Don't want to risk putting Bryant on with McMahon in his power. He would represent the tying run. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Get that first out. He can't. Base hit to right. So Bryant serves it into right field. He's got a 2-hit game, and now it gets very interesting. McMahon with 1 3-run homer. He's up with 2 on and nobody out.
Chip, why would it be easy?
Nope.
Why would it be easy this year for the Cardinals? Great piece of hitting by Chris Bryant. 98-mile-an-hour fastball, just drops the bat on it.
This guy can hit a fastball. Swing and a miss. But he will do that. 17 strikeouts for McMahon already this year. But if you make a mistake, he will hurt you. Strike 2.
That was one of those situations where first pitch, it looked like McMahon was coming out of his shoes no matter what, hunting a fastball, then let one sneak right by him. He's going to take his time out to regroup a little bit. You got some options now. You got that breaking ball down to get him to swing over, or the fastball up. But if you go up, you go up. I'm talking letter high.
0-2 pitch. 2 on, nobody out. Did he go? No, he did not. That was close. Helsley ready with his 1-2 pitch.
Fished for the first pitch. Looked like he was really selling out for the fastball, and then is laid off a couple down there.
At the letter, strike 3. There's your first out. Putting heater, got the hook. 1 down.
Just really ties him up with the slider, gets the call up and in. And it was right there on the corner.
But you're not out of the woods yet. Mammoth power for C.J. Cron, a 476-foot homer tonight. But he's a double play candidate if you can get a ground ball. 100, but a little high. Popped him up. Straightaway center. O'Neill's got that one measured up. 2 are out. And 1 more man to get. And that man is Mike Moustakas, who is 0 for 4 lifetime against Helsley. Now Paul Goldschmidt and Contreras meet. I wonder if this is about how Goldie wants to set up defensively with the left hand hitting Moustakas up. Again, you can't shift. Look at where Edmonds' positioning. He's within 5 feet of second base. Nolan Gorman slides about 10 feet to his left.
Well, that's exactly the setup. Goldie's going to play way back, hug the line, no doubles.
One more man to get in a 9-6 game. Swing and a miss. Good start. 0-1. Little chopper, and we're a strike away. So what do you do with Mike Moustakas with 2 strikes?
Well, I think that you got a couple of different options with Moose. I elevate the heater. I don't think he can get to it upstairs, or you definitely bounce it.
The 0-2 pitch is on the way. He got him! What a win for the Cardinals! 7 runs in their final 3 innings, and man, oh man, Brad, did this team need that.
You want to talk about a much-needed victory. You saw it today in a game where the Cardinals were down 6-2. They battled back. How about the bullpen getting it done, too? Cabrera, Gallegos, and Helsley all perfect, showing off the home run power, and, of course, Nolan Arenado coming back to Denver and getting a big knock.
Chance to win the series tomorrow, chance to come home with a 500 road trip as the Cardinals pick up their 4th win in thrilling fashion. It'll be a happy post-game show, and it's coming up next.